What's up, everyone? Welcome back to
What the hell?
I am Tatyana, your favorite surgical tech.
And I am Jackie the scientist, your friendly neighborhood scientist.
And today we're going to talk about advocating for yourself.
Yes.
Advocating for yourself. Advocacy.
Yes.
Same
Advocating
thing.
for yourself.
Mhm.
Advocacy. Same blanket.
Yes, all within the workspace. They're all with being at work.
Like all in the realm of like healthcare and how to advocate for yourself in work and in the health sphere.
Yes, all that.
Mm-hmm. So let's jump right into it.
I'll start with work. That's the first thing that pops in my head when I think about advocating for myself.
Of course.
Is especially being someone of color. It is hard going into a hospital, any type of healthcare facility.
Correct.
And being the oddball, being like the odd person out. You don't always have anyone to relate to. People may look at you differently.
Yes.
You may have a little bit of imposter syndrome.
Always the imposter.
But I think my biggest thing is just being confident in yourself and being confident in your skill, and that's something that's always helped me significantly. I know I can do my job, and you can't say nothing to me because I come here to work,
period,
and get the job done
and clock out.
That part.
That's the biggest part.
Leave work at work and home at home.
Exactly. I completely agree, especially with the whole like you come in and like you're not sure who you can rely on or actually even trust.
Big on trusting.
Yeah. Especially for me, like I've worked in like how do I even say it? Like in terms of like climbing like the ranks, right? Like I've climbed the ranks.
Clinical ladder.
Yeah, the clinical ladder at a very like exponential. Let me brag on myself a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
As you should.
Like most of the time I'm the youngest person somewhere, like when it comes to like leadership or like any type of like responsibility. Somehow like people look at me and they're like,
who's this little girl?
First, who is this little girl? Who's this black woman in here trying to tell me what to do? And also a woman? And it's like, oh.
Literally, we have all the odds stacked on us.
Literally.
Young, woman, black.
Young, rich. I'm so sorry. Edit that out.
No. Keep it in. Keep it in.
But like advocating for ourselves in these roles are like super important because if not us, then who?
Especially when it comes to working with our patients, right?
Yes.
So if we feel like we're the only one in our workspace, you can only imagine what patients feel like coming in and seeing no one that looks like them or can really understand what it is that they're going through or feeling at the time.
I completely agree, especially like, and for me, like I'm not front facing, like you'll never see me. Sorry. Not sorry. Because I work in the lab, but at the same time, it's like working in the lab as someone who is black. I'm a black woman. Like I can recognize certain things like, does this person, if I'm looking at their cells or if I'm looking at like their blood, like their samples and like I'm seeing a pattern here, I'm like, where is this person from? Because like this could either dictate to me, I don't want to say sickle cell because it's not always apparent in like, it's not always prevalent or like only in black communities, but it's a highly black, I don't want to say black disease, but it's highly prevalent in black communities.
Yeah.
So if I'm looking at your test results or I'm looking at your slides and I'm like, you came in for like a headache, but do you know that your cells are actually presenting as like sickle cell? Like we're trained to know like what sickle cell looks like, but at the same time, if it's not been diagnosed, then it's not diagnosed, and some people can just kind of like overlook it. But if I'm looking at you and I do see certain commonalities and I look at your race and I'm like, okay.
It could be a higher consideration.
Yes.
Yeah.
Especially black women in like L&D, like if they're coming in to have babies and stuff, I'm constantly looking at their platelets. I'm constantly checking like, all right, what's your platelet count? Because God forbid you bleed out.
Right.
Like, what do we got to do? Like, we got to be on standby. So for me, like, that's what I can do patient-wise because I'm not front-facing. People will never see me, and that's okay.
Yeah, and I think for me, I'm patient-facing, but patients very quickly drift off to sleep. Most of my patients are under general anesthesia. So for me, I always like to make sure that they feel seen in the room. because they can come in feeling very uncomfortable. Because number one, who's ever comfortable knowing that they're going to be put to sleep,
right?
And when they're gonna wake up and something's different about them.
Yes,
you know what I mean.
Terrifying.
Extremely. Like, although I work in surgery and I see how everything's done on a regular basis, I don't ever want to have surgery. Like, God forbid I ever need it. You know. So I can see immediately on people's faces how uncomfortable they may be, how scared they may be. And no matter how young or old you are, it is okay to be scared and uncomfortable. But if you see people in the room that may make you feel a little more at ease,
yes.
I definitely try to make sure, I let them know that I see them.
Yes.
And that's the biggest thing. I may not be the doctor, I may not be the anesthesiologist, but I'm a very intricate part of the team. And if anything happens, I'm there to make sure I can speak up for them because they can't speak up for themselves at that moment.
Literally.
Yeah.
They cannot.
At all.
No.
The anesthesia be working.
Just saying. But no, those are very important things, especially like in our field, like things that we can do to make sure patients feel comfortable or know that somebody's on their side when it comes to being in a terrifying space, because nobody wants to go to the hospital.
No.
Like, you don't go to the hospital because you think it's fun.
Right.
You go to the hospital because you need help.
Right.
Like, you need some kind of assistance, whether it's like surgical, whether it's lab results, whether you came in to give birth. Like, you're going in there because you need assistance.
Right.
And the least we can do is to try to bring some type of representation.
Absolutely.
Make sure we got your back.
Yeah.
Patient care is number one.
Numero uno.
Not those.
Leave your egos aside. Any beef you may have with one of your coworkers, throw all that out the door. It's not important. All right. At the end of the day, it's all about the patient.
Always about the patient.
Always.
So in terms of advocacy or advocating for yourself and stepping aside from work, when you have to go maybe to the doctor or like urgent care even, how do you feel like you advocate for yourself in those spaces?
Ooh. And funny enough, it's even difficult for me sometimes as someone that works in healthcare, right? Yeah. Because although, yes, I work in a space where I should be more comfortable, it almost feels like my doctor or provider is here and I'm here still, so I may be trying to explain things and sometimes it doesn't feel like they're listening, or maybe not necessarily that they're listening, but that they really truly hear me. And I think my biggest thing is I'm an over-explainer, like just regular day-to-day. So I will continue to explain myself and then change how I explain it. So if I said it one way, I'm gonna say the same exact thing in a different way and then a different way until I feel like I'm truly heard. Yeah.
Someone got you.
I think that's how I really like speak up for myself.
Okay.
Yeah.
multiple ways to say it.
You're gonna understand one way or another.
Yeah. You're gonna pick it up whether you like it or not.
Literally.
You're gonna pick it up. Okay. That's a good way to do it though, because some people might need a different explanation.
Yeah. And I know I'm like that, just like in day to day. Somebody may say something to me and I'm looking like, I really don't know what you're trying to say right now.
Right. So say it again in a different way.
Right. Sometimes that's all we need. God forbid that it's to another extreme. I think that's something that thankfully I haven't had to experience, but I know it is something that's very common. And I think that's where the trust is lost in providers within the community. And I say to that, you just can't give up. Ultimately, you can't stop trying. You can't just throw in the towel, because at the end of the day, doctors, providers, they all work for the betterment of us.
Right.
They work for us, essentially.
They are public servants.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. So you have to continue to speak up for yourself no matter what.
I agree.
Yeah. How do you show up for yourself or speak up for yourself in those spaces?
I usually try to go in. Usually I go into the doctors or the hospital knowing exactly what I'm there for. Sometimes you come out surprised and it's
like, wait a second.
I mean,
I'm looking for this, not that.
Right, not that. I usually come in like research, like I research, okay, this is what I think could be a possibility. These are why. And then knowing me, I might have already gotten my labs drawn.
like, y'all.
I might have already gotten them done before I got here, and I might have already known what my results are. And now we can talk about it. Like, that's fine.
There's other happier job for you.
I literally did. So, like, send me the invoice. But sometimes I do go in and just kind of like let them like explain things to me, and then I'm like, okay, but what about this? Or like, oh, I noticed that my, you know, such and such is kind of high. Like, is this like a problem? Could this be an issue? If things don't look right, or if like you've gotten like results, or like the doctor is like saying something to you but you don't understand what it is that they're saying, or maybe you're a little bit confused, ask. Ask. Be like, not too sure, or what do you mean by that, or what was that? I'm kind of confused. Like, constantly like asking. Like, I'll ask my doctor plenty of questions. I'm like, okay, but what about this? This wasn't right. Am I supposed to see you like next year? Am I coming back this? Like, what do I have to do? What are next steps? So advocating for myself would be like asking questions so I'm comfortable with what's being said with my provider.
Yeah.
Because it's important. You can't just, I mean, you can, but you shouldn't walk in and then walk out confused from a doctor's office or appointment, because that's only hurting you, because you're not sure what you actually need to do to get better.
Right.
And then that's going to elongate, like, however long your recovery is from whatever it is that you came in for.
Right.
And that's the opposite of what healthcare is supposed to be, or like how to actually benefit yourself in health.
Yeah.
So ask questions. Really, questions will get you so far in life. Just ask like what's actually going on. Give me a clear explanation. Take their time. Like, don't be afraid of it. Oh, well, the doctor has a lot of things. They do. And we know that doctors and certain providers are only given a certain amount of time to be in rooms, but this is your time.
Absolutely.
Take your time until you understand exactly what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always say that there's, especially when you have no idea about anything healthcare related, there is no such thing as a dumb question.
No such thing.
Because it can be very confusing, even for people who work in the field ourselves. Because when you start thinking about all the things that could go wrong about you and start thinking about your future, you know, your brain starts just going all over the place.
Just whoop, 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 tangents.
Literally. And I think something also, before you go to a doctor's appointment, write down those questions that you have, you know, before you get there. Because it can be intimidating being in the office and everything that you thought you were going to ask, out the window.
Completely out the window.
Yeah.
That's what they call white coat syndrome.
Oh, I haven't heard that one.
Yeah, white coat syndrome. Can we do like little ding, like in the
yes.
Okay.
Okay.
So white coat syndrome is like you coming into like a hospital, and as soon as you see that white coat, like you have like a sense of like fear, because you're not too sure like what's actually going to happen to you, because most of the time when you go to the doctor, it's not like for a fun thing.
Yeah.
So you have like this sense of like fear, or kind of like an unknowing of like what's going to happen. And then also based off of whether your background and history of medicine and what people have done to certain people, groups of people, like you have this fear of like coming into like a hospital, seeing a white coat, and all of these feelings and memories can come back up.
I haven't heard of that one before.
White coat syndrome.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Write those questions down.
Yes.
Prepare yourself before your appointment. Unfortunately, that's what you have to do. Actually, unfortunately and fortunately.
Yeah, because like not everything will be like not everything in life comes with like a playbook, so you have to do research to understand what's going on with everything that you do. Yeah.
And I'll also double down and say, yes, do your research, but don't always try to tell the provider how to do their job.
Yeah.
Social media has really hurt us in that sense.
I agree.
Sometimes too much information is bad,
especially when that information is also bad.
Correct.
And riddled in misinformation.
Yes.
From people who don't have experience or a background in whatever it is that they're talking about.
Because just because you're a doctor doesn't mean you're a physician. I say that softly,
very softly,
respectfully,
very respectful.
take that and take information that you may find on social media or the internet, because it's great. It is a resource. But take that to your providers with questions, not telling them what it is that is wrong with you, because that may not necessarily be the case.
That's true, because diagnosis overall, it's like an individual process. So it's like, what you're reading on the internet could be true for like person A,
right?
But your person D, this probably is not applying to you in the same way what you're thinking it is.
Yeah. And there's so many other factors.
So many factors. So what are they called? Differential diagnoses. Like, even if you feel as though this is something that you might have and you bring it up to your physician and they might disagree with you, you could ask them for a differential diagnosis. And they are legally obligated to be like, okay, well, I don't think it's this. It could also be this, 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 and this. But there's so many factors as to why I think it's not that. But if you do want to go down those routes, we can go down those routes.
Yeah.
But
I think just having that conversation, being comfortable enough to have those conversations and work with your provider, not against them.
Yes. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, y'all really, like, you're in tandem. Like, you have to work with one another in order to make yourself feel better.
And if they don't want to work with you, then that's when you go and find a different opinion.
Yes. Definitely get that different, what do they call it? A second opinion. Yes.
Third opinion. Fourth opinion. Whatever you need.
Exactly.
But just make sure that whoever your provider is, you're working together and not bumping heads.
Yes. Don't do that. Don't bump heads. That's very dangerous for your...
Actually, it hurts.
Yeah.
You know, we don't need concussions.
Jinx. Give me a soda.
I don't drink soda.
Me neither.
Okay. Because we're health professionals.
Yeah, and we drink water
all the time. Actually, my water's back here. Actually,
wait, is it covered? Okay, yeah, we're not sponsored. I was actually muted.
Wow,
it's very dehydrated.
Because when you be talking, your mouth just
is
getting dry.
Oh, HR is not your friend.
Oh, dang.
HR is not your friend. As someone who has dealt with multiple HR incidences, not from myself, but from a leadership perspective, when people wanted to get buck under my leadership, we can say that HR is meant to protect the company and its assets. You may not be looked at as an asset in terms of if you do something bad, they will let you go. Yeah. You're replaceable.
Honestly,
unfortunately.
Everyone and everything is replaceable.
I think, yes.
I always tell people, treat your job like you're employing them as well.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Yes, I work for you, but also you work for me.
Yeah.
I'm like, scratch my back, I scratch your back.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
And if you're not scratching my back.
If my back is itchy and you ain't helping, gots to go.
Scram!
Beat it, Buster!
Beat it! Because we gotta go. Because over there, they offered us $10 extra, and you're making me work by myself.
Listen, the way that when I say this, even my employers know this. Like any hospital I've ever worked at, facility, I will quit if I need to.
100%.
Love you, but I will skedaddle.
I will skippity bop bop, bam bam.
Sayonara.
See you never.
Hasta luego, amigo.
Yeah, all of it. All of it.
One thing, something I will also add to that with HR, especially with myself being in the OR, and there's definitely situations where physicians may be sued or whoever may have been in that operating room may be sued. It is a good idea to have your own insurance.
That makes sense.
Having your own insurance as a healthcare professional, I think, is very important as well. And it's really not expensive. You think it's expensive, but there's different tiers. How much they'll, back you for. Yeah. It's not expensive at all. And I think if you work in these different facilities and you never know what may happen because, like she said, HR doesn't work for you.
It don't work for you.
You know what I mean? So always make sure you got your own back at the end of the day.
Yeah, because the only one that can scratch your back the best is yourself with the back scratcher.
I was about to say, because I'm not that flexible.
But if you have a back scratcher, you can you can really, know where to get yourself.
So,
yeah.
But we say all that to say,
yes. Advocate for yourself.
Yes.
Don't be afraid.
Don't be scared.
Don't be scared.
Don't be scared and confused.
Exactly. Just ask your questions, and if they don't want to ask you, just ask for a differential diagnosis and a second opinion.
Period.
You can do that.
You absolutely can.
So
absolutely
do it.
Yeah. So yeah.
Okay.
I think that's it for this episode, right?
Yeah, I think this is good for this episode. Well, if you guys have any questions,
please drop them below. If you want us to elaborate on anything about advocacy, whether it be as a healthcare professional or as a patient, please drop them below. Ask away. Make sure you subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you are notified during the next video.
Next one.
And we'll talk to y'all later.
Yes. And don't forget,
mind your health.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.